Recognizes the gentlelady, Representative Titus.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, I'd like to go back to the conversation about NOFOs. You mentioned it several times, said that information is out the door. That's good news because some of these are months behind. I'm particularly interested in the UASI grants. That's the Urban Area Security Initiative grants, if you're familiar with that. Those are especially important in my district of Southern Nevada and Las Vegas. We have a lot of events, large-scale events that might be subject to a terrorist attack or some other disaster, and we've seen how these grants have been very helpful. In fact, there was a report that showed where they made such a difference after the Harvest Festival shooting, which is still the largest shooting in American history. Got the Super Bowl, the F1. Want to be sure those are going out the door, and if you'll commit to checking on that and let me know so I can tell the first responders and all back home that that's coming.
What I can commit to is that we've been doing due diligence on all of the grants, and we're getting the NOFOs out the door as we speak. So want to make sure we've got the NOFOs out the door so that we have a chance to respond to them. I can't necessarily tell you exactly which ones, but I can tell you that they are going out the door as we speak.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. I led a letter to you about this with the Nevada delegation trying to encourage this to happen. So if your office will let me know if we're one of the ones that's going out the door, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and I believe I responded to your letter, Representative Titus.
Well, thank you. We'll look forward to getting that. I also want to talk about another thing that's particular to my district and to the Southwest. I wonder if you're aware of which weather condition causes the most death in the United States.
I don't know exactly which one causes the most death. I have a hunch which direction you're going on this. I'm not exactly sure.
Well, you know, it's surprising. A lot of people wouldn't guess this. They'd say tornadoes or floods or hurricanes, but it's not. It's extreme heat. Extreme heat causes more deaths. Now, it's less visible than some of these other disasters. It's harder to show on TV. It lasts longer. It impacts different people in different ways, but it is the largest cause of death. And last year in Southern Nevada alone, there were 520 heat-related deaths, and we already have nearly 30 just in Clark County in my district already this year. So I've been working on getting FEMA to recognize extreme heat and be prepared to help communities deal with it, mitigate, recover, whatever. I'm pleased that I'm introducing a bill that's the Extreme Weather and Heat Response Modernization Act with our ranking member. So Mr. Stanton, we introduced that in May, and it'll empower FEMA to have more authority to help with this. So I wondered if you are aware of it or you would be willing to work with us to help us get this through so extreme heat can be recognized and addressed, because it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better.
Thank you, Representative. I do know, and I'll be glad to work with you, and I do know that the Stafford Act does recognize heat. So I'm aware the Stafford Act recognizes, and I'm willing to work with you.
I appreciate that. And it does recognize, but it's not, you know, it's hard to get it declared and recognized formally because, like I said, it's not as easy to recognize as a flood that happens in 2 days like in Texas. It's an extended problem, and it, like I said, it hurts different people in different ways, affects lives, and it affects livelihoods. So Mr. Stanton and I'm sure will appreciate your getting involved and helping us with that. Thank you. I'll yield back.
Thank you.
The chair thanks the gentlewoman. The chair now recognizes the representative from